What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Smoke and Mirrors Podcast. I'm Nick, and this is
Zach here with Tyler and Tristan also.
Hell yeah.
And we got some off-camera audience members too today. So back in the studio.
What's going on, y'all? So, well, man, I think we're going to get into some technology talk, and we're all in the Matrix.
Oh, man, I was wearing my glasses because I thought you said techno talks. All right.
Techno.
All right, technology.
Techno.
I got that.
Okay.
I got that. Anyway. So, yeah. So, we're going to talk some technology.
Yep. So, what's some of y'all's favorite tech? I know Tyler had mentioned something earlier that we brought up in the last video about the keyboard, being able to use it in the air. And I didn't think, that would be something that people would like, but apparently there's already some tech out there that's being used and works pretty well, right?
Yeah, there's a Bluetooth finger keyboard that legitimately uses it's like a pattern
Recognition.
Yeah, there's a pattern and you learn how to type with
So
one
is it
hand on
like
a
a
keyboard.
glove? It's like a glove or stick-ons for your fingers?
It's just little stick-ons. It's like rings that just all connect and they're it's a pattern based.
So then that brings to the question,
And with the app and everything, you can learn in like a week or
that?
whatever how to fucking type a full sentence on
Right.
it, and it's really cool. And
That's
it's
cool.
not as hard as you think it would be to learn.
Right. You think you could play games with it?
Yeah.
What if they didn't have anything attached to your hand?
Well, that's a totally different story.
Yeah, but I'm saying if they took that device out, how do you do that still? Because that's where we're going, right? We're going to a place where we no longer have any of this shit. They're gonna blame plastic for the next ice age that's coming, and then that's it. We can't build any of that shit anymore. There's no more of this fucking shit, and you have to figure these things out in a different manner.
Right.
And I think we do. I mean, I truly think we do. I think we probably figure them out before we even get to the ice age. Like, if there was an ice age now, I think a lot more people would stick around after. Like, we would still be here. Yeah. Just be cold. But we'd be here.
I think people would figure out a way.
Oh, no, we for sure going to feel
For
it.
sure.
We have no choice.
I really do.
Yeah, I mean, we made it through.
We have a need to want to survive
so.
as the human race. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, our evolution will keep us here. I'm just saying, I think a lot more people will survive this one and it has to do with our technology.
Yeah.
We have the means to make shit now that we never made before.
Might actually be beneficial to creating more supercomputers that do quantum computing, considering it'd be colder.
I really think that's where it's headed anyway, right? So, I mean, the ultimate truth is, whether or not we can do quantum computing on the planet or off the planet in our atmosphere of some sort or in our orbit, that's where it's going to go eventually. And then it's going to be like, oh shit, well, we already put beacons and other stuff into every device. And, do we need internet in wires anymore? Like, satellite took care of that real problem. Like if you
we
could
still need
blanket
internet,
the,
right?
if you can blanket the planet with connectivity, there's no difference between that and you still have
like
internet.
direct connection.
You will still have internet. You just don't have a wire. There's no need for a wire because it's just beams of information. So
Right.
there's no. It's everything is Wi-Fi, but it's not. It's satellite. Like GPS.
We need to hurry up and get to the point of that. Like things just running off satellite.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's where we're headed, though. That's what I'm saying. So as we grow in that regard, look at what happened in Ukraine, dude. They fucking put satellites in Ukraine in the air, and Ukraine still has communication with their troops. If they didn't have that, if you think of a war that happened in 1990 in that same country, they would have been shut off from communication in weeks, days maybe.
Yeah.
And not been able to communicate across their military functions to anyone, let alone everyone on the globe on a regular daily basis while there's bombs being dropped in their fucking place. So the war would have ended already. But
Right.
because of technology and some of the advancements and things, it really brings the question, why wouldn't we do these things? Right? So, I mean, I'm excited about technology. I love it.
Oh,
There's
I'm
tons
excited
of tech
about
that
it.
I mean, for me to answer the question that we posed today, I don't know that I can, dude. I truly don't think I can.
Like you
No,
can't.
there's
pick-
so much technology.
There's
dude.
so much
and
new
I know,
technology. You can't
I
pick
mean,
one
the
thing.
thing that I'm most excited about, I think, is probably gonna. I have to go back to it. Is OpenAI is artificial intelligence is out, and it is taking over, and it's happening very rapidly because more and more people like we've been talking about this for months, and when I first started talking about it, everybody kind of looked at me funny, like I don't know what that like right, and now even in normal conversation with people who you wouldn't expect it from,
Yep.
I'm hearing the same thing. So it tells me that there's a certain amount of that's
It's becoming a
organically
lot more
happening
common.
very quickly, right? And that's what the whole point of this was, is that, you know, the subscribers for ChatGPT, there was 1 million subscribers in like a 9/100th of a tick of what it took Facebook and everywhere else to get to that level. Apple,
Damn, dude.
everybody else. And because of the adoption effect, it happened like overnight. Instead of in 6 months, it happened in a fucking week. A million
Right.
subscribers in a week, that's a lot, dude. They even said in the Senate talks that the guy was having Senate talks about AI and this shit. And in that conversation with the senator, he even said that. He goes, look, it behooves us to have less users on the system. So if you want to regulate some stuff and help us control some of the amount of people that are on it, that sounds like a good idea.
Who is that? Dave Wozniak,
No, but
No,
Wozniak was part of the other
the
group.
Google team.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's not.
So,
him.
so for what I'm saying about that is the most exciting about AI is that it's like it's a game changer. It fucks the
Oh,
every.
dude, it's totally
Dude,
game changer. That's
And
clear as
I
hell.
think I don't know. We didn't have this conversation on air, if I'm not mistaken. But honestly, technology. There's an argument that technology is the next world power.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah.
Because if you connect us globally,
a lot of people are claiming right now that we're in
Listen.
a cyber war, is what we're in.
Well, if you stop and think about it, dude, look, if the governments of the globe, right, don't have a way of stopping everybody on the globe from having all the information at the same time, legitimately, not just in your brain, like, oh, in airspace, we've sent the message over and now this guy knows the same thing this guy knows. I mean, legitimately on a goddamn, in a matter of a second, you can get the plans for anything that you want.
yeah.
So your country can build whatever the fuck it wants to build, just like this country and that country and this country. So at some point, the intellectual value of your country doesn't mean anything. There's no way you're going to sanction us for what? If we don't do what you say, what are you going to do? You're going to stop us from what? Using the computer? No, you can't.
Yeah.
The world is doing this, right? So it's like, okay, so then who is the world power at that point? It's technology itself is the world power.
Yep. Because a lot of shit, even a lot of weapons nowadays run off of technology. You got to have the computers to run them and do what you need them to do, and without that, they're not going to work. A lot of militaries across the world. That's just how it is.
But I mean, and at the same token, like if you will eventually lose, there will be no need. Why wouldn't we let the computer make better decisions governing than the people who can fucking go in that room and debate and slide each other cash under the table? If a fucking computer would make the right decision for everyone, that seems pretty simple to utilize it as a tool. Does that mean let it have free reign of all decision making? No, but it should be a goddamn tool in how we
tool,
run
yep.
things. And I don't just mean in business, I mean across the board.
I mean, we use different tools for all kinds of shit. Why would this be any different, right?
Exactly. Why can't the IRS be able to? Why can't you just get your tax money back at the end of the year the way you're supposed to without
Right.
doing all this extra shit? Like,
I know.
give me a fucking break, dude.
Why in the fuck is it
If
that
I
they cannot
fuck up
just
one
pull out
form-
how much I owe them? Why can I not just give my employer
Dude,
all
if
the
I
information
if
they
I
need?
miss one, if I don't put one form in, the goddamn thing isn't getting paid back, or you're owe money, or this happened, and it's like, what an antiquated system, right?
It's bullshit.
And that's where all the money gets collected at. So, like, you know, those are the things that bother me. It's like there's technology out there, and we've had it for a long time that can do a lot of things, and we just like, what are we going to use it for?
Right.
It's like you said, dude. Like, okay, well, should be able to get to a gamer's philosophy on wearing this headset for a fucking few months. If I get there, then why can't they get there?
Yep.
Like, I put the headset on just playing games, and I can pick out 50 things that would be awesome if they would do it.
Yeah,
So then,
see,
did you
that's-
make a list of 100, and now you guys are trying to fix those 100 first? Is that what's happening here, or can you fix all these things? You just don't want to put the money into it, and then you want to go back and charge me fucking $3,000.
I think it's
bro.
I think it's kind of about the money.
Jeez,
And I kind of feel like
headset.
even all the companies that are doing these headsets, which, I don't understand why Meta, why Apple, I mean, they're HTC Vive's great and everything, but they keep bringing wires into the mix, or and all that, and I'm like, no, stop with the wires. I know this is possible without it. The Quest 2 has proven that. Okay, so why not use AI to speed up the fact of doing what we're asking you to do with certain games? And all these two big companies right here that I just brought up are like, oh, we're trying to hit on other things besides games. Dude, make the money that you're trying to make, because that's what you're trying to do as a company anyways, and do what the people that have already bought these things have asked you to do. And then you're not going to have any issue on selling these bigger items for like $1,500. But the thing is, a lot of us are like, when the Pro came out with Meta, it was like, okay, that's cool, you got all this desktop shit, but still, I've been asking you to do multiplayer on freaking Walking Dead for how long? Along with millions of other people, we've been asking you to hurry up with getting Grand Theft Auto on with the game. Dump them some money and get it out there. Like, it's like, but no, we want to get all the other users. Well, you know what? Now you're losing users because you're ignoring us. And now we're like, you know what? Fine, you don't want to listen to us? Fuck your fucking new headset. I ain't going to go drop all this extra money on your new headset because you're ignoring me, And, speaking of ignoring people, I got to bring this up, given as the topic is technology. Google. I used to be obsessed with Google. You guys all know that I used to be obsessed with Google. My whole house has all kinds of Google crap in it. But god dang, man, I'm at the point now where it'll take a lot for me to go back to ever buying a Google product again. First, I get this damn Google Home Nest Hub Max, all right? I love the damn screen in my kitchen. 6 months after I buy it, the bitch just croaks out, and of course, it is impossible to get to customer service on Google. And then next thing I know, my girl Bethany, her freaking screen starts just flashing these different clocks through it, and it's a Google Hub Mini. So I'm having issues with that. Then my Nest thermostat is screwing up my AC unit, and all the AC guys that show up, they're all like, it's that piece of junk. We call them the hockey puck. We throw them all in the trash, and we replace it with the Ecobee. And I'm like, okay, another product that I've wasted money on. And then today, the fucking remote on my damn Google Chromecast fucks up. I'm like, I'm done with you, Google. And not only that, you go to any video that has to do with Google Home products in general, smart home products, dude, any video, any page, any thread, dude, is like hundreds and hundreds of comments of people bitching about shit, and it has still not been fixed after like 3-4 years of like talking about it. And yet you guys want us to go out and buy your fucking Pixel phone? Fuck you. Anyways, that's my rant on Google. Sorry. I'm like 4 products in, hundreds of dollars spent, and it's not even been a whole fucking year. This is bullshit.
Well, I mean, this is the problem that we run into, right? Like, okay, we had the discussion that Apple didn't go and like do a big thing on the game side of their headsets, right? Like part of their launch, and I was like, well, because they build the hardware. Right, like you should pick your lane in technology, really, and try to make that perfect, right? Yep. But a lot of these companies can't, because it's like, all right, well, if we stick in that lane, we're not making it. We're like, our research cost is higher than our ability to manage through those things, right?
Yep.
So sometimes there's balancing acts that got to happen in business that people can't really see on the consumer side of things, right?
Well, I get that, but AI, I guarantee you, could help these companies like Google fix these little things that are just driving us nuts.
Google has AI and has had it.
But it's
Google
like they're not using
animal.
it to fix the shit that they've got fucked up.
Well, they are, but they're also a data collection company. That's their whole company is based on collecting
Well, you ain't
data.
gonna be able to collect data if the consumers that bought your product stop buying them and start boycotting them because they won't fix their shit.
I think honestly that's gonna come anyway. Regulation or some sort has to show up about
But the sooner it happens, the more money they lose. We all know that.
Well, absolutely. So, I mean, exciting tech. So we hear about the keyless keyboard.
Yep.
Right. So that's kind of cool. Damn, what am I interested in now? Like, I don't have.
I do like the electric little ways that they have of people getting around now. Like, I'm not really 100% into the car thing. I do think Teslas are cool, but like it would be an extra car for me, not like my main go-to. But when it comes down to like these other ways of transportation, scooters and like these one wheels and stuff like that, electric bikes, yes, and now they got like electric dirt bikes and shit too. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. I'm like where this is going. As long as they can get the battery up to where you don't have to recharge it every damn hour or two, because putting gas in the tank's just easy.
I'm excited for these fucking Neuralinks and what that's gonna unlock for the brain.
Dude, that's gonna be nuts with Neuralink.
Neuralink is definitely that's where we now marry the we become cyborg for like 100%. Can't even deny the cyborgism, even though there's already argument that we're already that.
What if you just go brain dead because your consciousness enters the technology?
What? I missed that.
Louder.
You gotta speak
What?
into it.
For real.
I was talking to Tyler. I was saying.
Well, you can't. We're on
I
there,
was
so you gotta
saying-
talk to the world.
I was saying, what happens when you hook up the Neuralink though, and your consciousness gets sucked into the technology, and you go brain dead?
Yeah, but there's an argument there too of what happens to the last guy to go.
Last person on Earth.
Yeah, because I mean, we had a discussion before we started about
Yeah, you
how
don't
I don't,
wanna
I don't think that.
If everybody else has got all this
thoughts.
I
knowledge,
think
you
it'll
just
be a
fed-
splinter. I think it'll be a splinter. There will be people that will stay, and there will be people that won't.
and the people that won't will be retarded.
Not necessarily
Yeah.
retarded.
Well, no, but almost, yeah.
Compared to
Well, hear
everybody
me out.
else,
You won't
their
be able
level
to
of
speak
knowledge
to
would be so
someone
minimal.
else.
You
wouldn't
wouldn't
be
be
able to
another
have a-
person that stayed down there with
Right,
you.
that's right. You would have a subsect of people who were not taken over
Hear
by
me
the
out.
machine.
And then it's just a restart of civilization because all the people that are Neuralinked to technology has built a supercomputer in space. It's just going to float around space, and everybody's going to live in a reality built by this computer floating around in space, while the other people stay here and just restart the cycle.
I'm not so sure that's not already happening.
No, I don't believe that it's like a mass exodus event type of thing. I mean, like, our evolution creates a process of unlocking that for the next generations till Neuralink no longer is necessary. I mean, we haven't even touched on nanotechnology. You want to get into some crazy
Dude,
shit, dude?
nanotechnology's nuts. The little
You get
flies.
you
and bees
legitimately
and-
get that shit. Yeah, but take that into your bloodstream, dude, and let them
Yeah.
attack fucking viruses with it, and let them repair parts of your body with this
I think
shit.
they're already doing stuff like that, aren't they?
Well,
Like
I don't.
working
Hey,
on
I don't
something?
know what they're doing. I don't claim to know half of that shit. I don't want to know some of this
Like little-
shit because I'm afraid of it. But in reality, the U.S. doesn't allow 99% of it.
Yeah.
Most stem cell and other research is done outside of this country because this
Yeah.
country will be the last to have it. And it's like, okay, well, that's great. But now nobody's talking about that we're funding them and that
And we're
this
giving
stuff
them all
is
the money
actually
to do
for
it, but
us.
it's being done in other countries.
Well, no, it's
instead
for
of-
us, but we can't. We're not gonna. It can't be done here by law. It cannot be done here.
Yeah.
You can't at all fuck with it because it is a slippery slope. And if you really stop and think about it, it's terrible. It could be terrible. It could be great. We could have fucking mutant. I mean, we could literally mutate. Like one generation, we could just fucking all of a sudden they can breathe fire and they can grow limbs back.
What?
Yeah, if
Are
you
you
took
serious?
if you took a specific type of species and marry it to another species for only specific DNA code, you're gonna create an evolution through DNA
So,
code
like, if you took
before
a
it
fish
gets to
species
the
and
actual.
marinated with a human species, they could very well be able to swim underwater and breathe and shit.
Right, you could essentially build the people that we need for whatever we need them for.
Okay.
So we can't live on the upside. Maybe we can live in the water, and maybe the evolution needs to be rapid. That the next generation has to be able to live underwater. So we have to find a way to get every generation, every child born in the next decade, has to fucking be a water child, because we can't survive in the air. So we have to find a way to get through it. So how do you do it? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe if
Dude,
we're
that
just
could
a
be good because
construct.
you know what? If the world floods again and we could all just be half fish by nanotechnology.
Oh, you mean to, like, go-
It ain't no
well,
big deal
nano-
no more.
all right.
I can breathe underwater. Fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I was talking more like gene code and stem cell in that sense. But yeah, you're right. I mean, if you can lose your arm and gene in some way, there's a way to trick your system into growing it back.
Yeah.
Like Deadpool style, like that
Yep.
would be fucked up.
They're like vets. They get fucked up at war and lose their legs and shit. Being able to
Yeah, and
come
then
back
just like
do
have a
nanotechnology,
baby leg for a
yeah.
while, and then
And it
fucking an
grows out.
adolescent leg, and then a fucking full leg. I can't walk on her yet.
But I mean, if
I'm
it was
only
possible,
about 8 this is right now.
there's people out there today that if it's possible, you know, or vets and stuff like that, they would love to be able to have that.
Well, I mean, yeah, if your body could just regenerate.
They would
But
look
then
at
it's like,
that in
okay,
a
so-
different way, I bet. If
Yeah,
they
but I
could-
mean, at what? Okay, so how long do we live then? Like, do we create a society in which we just fucking
Never
stop
die?
dying? And then it's like, we're the ultimate generation, and that's it. There's no more of you fuckers.
We'd have a huge population problem if we did. Like if,
Well, that's
it,
what
like if people
We
just
use
stop
the
dying,
kids.
dude.
We
People
just
think
use
it's a
the
problem
kids
now.
for
Oh my
their
God.
whatever. What's that stuff the Democrats were using fucking under the pizza joint? We're just using kids for that. After.
Something chromium.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing kids are made for after that. You know what I mean? Like, we're the ultimate, we never die, we're 400 years old, fuck you people. Or do they let them just run around and fuck? Like, I don't know what you do. What do? You don't tell them? You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that. Future generations pretend like this shit didn't happen. Let's just fuck with people.
Right.
What, you died at 80? We are gods. Like, I don't know. I don't know how it works shapes like that.
Yeah.
Because you can't live forever, dude. A society that can't die is a terrible society. How
Yeah,
do
it
you
would
evolve?
be.
How do you get? I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand how you could do it. I wouldn't want to. I think 1,000 years, dude, it'd be boring as fuck. Like, some point, you'd be
Right.
like, what the fuck? You watch these vampire shows and shit, dude?
Yes,
You're
and they're like
dude, I don't know.
miserable. I mean,
Well,
I know it's a
no, I mean,
show,
after-
but I mean, it's like
It's like, no, it's
I
not
just
that
want
they're
to die.
It's not necessarily miserable, but more of like, you know, everybody's looking at them like, goddamn, they just like run around and they party and they fucking kill people. Like, this is their thing. And it's like, yeah, they're bored as shit. Look at the first 100 years, maybe they did some other shit. Now they're like, fuck this shit, dude. Like, do you see the places they live? Not a single one of them is in a low-income housing development or anything of the sort. Not
Right.
a fucking one of them. So what the fuck are you talking about? They're all doing pretty well. How? Every one of them, there's not one of them that's bad fiscally. Doesn't just rob banks all the time. Like, there's got to be some bad apples in this shit, right? So it's like that's how you know that stuff's not accurate.
Right.
You know, they're not hiding. Why the fuck would you hide? If I'm 400 years old, fuck you people. This
Yep.
is my planet you're on. Fucking get out of
Like,
here.
I've been here
dude.
long before
I am
you
fucking
were.
God, and you are just some fucking goddamn peon. Just don't fuck with me. You don't think you would spend a whole day? Like, I swear to God, I would spend a decade as Jesus. I would get the staff. I would come fuck with people. I would fucking do it. I would do them fucking wrong. I would be like, yeah, fuck that. I would live a whole decade as that shit, dude. I might bounce
Whole
around and
century.
shit. Yeah, maybe a century. Depends on how good I'm
Dude,
treated.
being able to move
you know?
fast and like all this stuff should just be fucking with people constantly. Like,
No, I mean, honestly, I would, though. I mean, what else are you going to fucking do?
I mean, dude, honestly, if ghosts are real,
Travel the
like-
universe.
and I could like, after I passed away, like I could hang out and be a ghost, I would probably enjoy the fuck out of it.
Okay, so you would want to live forever if you could
Not
travel
forever.
the universe.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, because
I
then you
can't
just
say
fill the boats
forever.
up, send a ship off. You have too many kids, you build another ship, send them off. Like, figure it out, fuckers. You guys get this boat and go with it, man. We
Well,
built
no.
this shit into midair
Will
for
we have a
you.
lifetime on every planet
I certainly
in
don't
the
wanna
universe?
die.
No.
No, I don't. I'm just saying.
Well, we all die, baby, at some point. You know? I'm
not
saying,
saying forever,
would
but,
you want to
like-
live forever though? I mean, I know you don't want to die, but I mean, if your choice is live forever, that's a long time of doing this. That's all I'm saying. I think a lot of people would feel the same on that. Like, if you're gonna live 500 years, I think it would be a long life.
right.
I mean, too long. The world is completely different than it was 500 years ago.
Completely. I mean,
You're
hell,
gonna
dude, the
see
world's
that
pretty
change
different from what it
happen.
was 100 years ago.
You would have the most wisdom of anybody. You should be ruling the planet. Like, you
You've
should
already
be like,
seen all
no,
kinds
you're
of shit."
fucking stupid. You're wrong. You're a fucking idiot. You're cool. Come on, let's do this shit. I'm gonna let you guys control this shit right now, and if you go fuck it up, I'm coming back and I'll fuck some shit up. I mean, it's basically fucking Revelations. It's like, come on. It's the same thing.
Do right.
I'm just saying, I would pretend I would be fucking the.
We can't
the
keep
reckoning.
making these same mistakes over and over again. Like, it's
Yeah, no.
ridiculous. Like, this has
I
got
would
to
take
stop.
over all of it. I'd take it all over. And ever fucking. And you should. If you have 500 years, you and 4 people got 500 years on the planet. Fuck that. Run this shit. You've seen every broken system there is, so at least you should have a better idea what don't work and a
As
whole
long
list
as
of shit that don't work.
As
So-
long as they have the mind to not take something that they can use for good and use it for evil, because some people would do that.
But good. What do you mean good and evil?
Because some people would do it just to be able to control everybody in a certain kind of way, in a more, bad way than, trying to be like, hey, it's got to be like this and this is why, and it's for good reasons.
Well, I mean, some people are I don't want to be controlled. I live in America. America is a free country, right?
Right?
That's bullshit.
It's really not, though.
Well, I mean, it's bullshit. It's
it's
free
a
on
free
lot of
country, but it's really not, especially
You can say
in
whatever
recent
the fuck
decades.
you want to say, except when you say it to the wrong people who get offended by it and don't want you to say it, and then
Yep.
they cancel your shit and cut you off the page and all. Okay, so you can't really say whatever you want to say. I mean, you can. Look at what's his name? Question mark Easy Jeezy's, whatever. That dude who made the shoes.
Oh,
and
you're
shit.
talking about Kanye West?
But it's not his name anymore. I don't remember what he changed it to, but it's something.
Yee.
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 Okay.
That's
So
what
it's
it
like
is.
I'm saying, dude. He said whatever fuck he wanted to say, and he got canceled for it. Lots and lots of money lost for it.
Yep.
So
Bud Light did what they wanted to do.
Bud Light
Lots of-
did, Bud Light is Bud Light is gonna do what they want to do, and they're still gonna have Bud Light when it's all over with.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will.
But they corrected it. They went back and they tried to do some PR fixing of that because that
$27
really
billion
wasn't exactly
mistake.
what they were planning on doing with the thing, and then it got out of hand. Whatever they say, doesn't matter. I'm saying we're in a free country unless you piss off the wrong people, and then it's not free. Okay, so hey,
Right.
we
right.
got guns.
Yeah, true.
That's really it. That's
Yep.
our freedom. Is you can't.
I
we
believe
can
that's
shoot
actually
you.
what the
You get
currency
out-
is in
If
this
you get too
world.
far out of line, you can be shot.
Yep.
So that goes for the government too. So that's okay with us. That makes us freer than a lot of nations, because most nations, their government is 100% controlling what they're doing, saying,
Yes.
having, seeing.
Yeah. North Korea.
So you were before we got on here, you were talking about we're living in a simulation type thing. Like it was just it was a thought that you had and you were
Yeah.
describing it.
Yeah, I mean, if the light that reflects back in our brain is just a computer signal, basically some ones and zeros that our brain is interpreting as actually things,
Yeah.
then aren't we just making everything up anyway?
Yeah. Because how do we know? Like,
So
like
that
I
puts
said
us in a
earlier-
simulation just in our brain. Our brain is actually black. There's nothing happening in there except a whole bunch of stuff is happening at a speed and at a rate that we're not even conscious of it happening. You don't have to tell your arm to move. It just moves before you even think to move it, it's moving it. It's moving. Your body is moving itself. It's dealing with it. How? How does your body function without you? Not only that, I'm having a conversation. We talk, and all of our organs are doing something. There's all this stuff happening inside of us that's doing something without us doing anything. We didn't do anything.
Our brains are a computer.
You never told your brain to breathe. You just breathe when you're born, right?
Yeah.
You didn't tell yourself any of the things
Well,
that
our brains
you
are
can do.
programmed to tell us to breathe.
By who? Who? What are you talking about?
By us as humans.
can you
They just, I mean,
pre-program
I
it?
just think that they're like they just know that it's supposed to. like
Muscle
your brain-
memory.
Yeah.
Muscle memory. It's in our fucking sperm and the eggs.
Maybe. I don't really know, honestly.
Well, I'm saying that's what you're saying. Though. You're
I mean,
saying that it's
when-
passed
when
on.
we
from
come
our-
out, our brains are pretty much the thing.
oxygen is through the lungs, so.
But you've been in a sack of water your entire life until this point. And then when
Yeah,
that
but
water
your-
breaks and your
The
sack is
DNA
gone,
and
what
the
do you
sperm
do?
and the egg develop the
Right,
lungs.
so that's what I'm saying.
So the body knows that those lungs are used.
The body is outside of the mind.
No, they're one and the same.
So who's in control of it? Is it me or is it my mind? Am I not in control
Well, I
of my
mean, once
simulation?
you-
But we are equally in a
Once you
simulation.
grow
then.
into yourself, right, and you start to like make reality of things with your mind. But see, that's the thing. Even if you hold your breath and you tried to just make it stop breathing, it won't allow you to.
Okay, here I'll give you one, and let's see if we can wrap our brain on it. This is an interesting thought for me. I'm saying that the way you perceive the world is a simulation to what's real. Okay?
Okay.
So, in that simulation of what's real, you can say, everyone in this room can say easily that they have had a worry about something that was going to happen the next day or in a week or so. Oh
Yeah.
man, I'm worried about this. I have this anxiety build up about this. This is coming and I'm shaking in my boots, whatever it happens to be. And I create this story about what is going to happen when this thing comes up.
Okay.
I'm gonna move a friend of mine, and every time I go over there, the old roommate's an asshole. So I'm projecting a whole story of something that did not ever happen. It has never happened. However, I created a story inside my brain in which I believe, basically, I am living that existence. So here I'm worrying about this thing that never happened, and I created a story that went with it, and now that's my truth. Whether that is the truth of what happens or not, 90% of the time it is what happens.
Yeah.
And you wonder, oh, well, I told you. I knew that was going to happen. And it's not you predicting shit. Maybe you created it.
Yeah.
Maybe you actually created the situation and you created your own simulation. So to me, that's an interesting thought. Worry is just as useless as thinking that we can control the simulation.
Yeah.
But if we're just a box that fucking figures it out as we go along and it just paints the pictures for us, then shit, dude. You guys are going to see us in a full studio fucking mansion real soon. Just cause. If we can paint it, let's paint it.
Yep.
Just come on, guys. Let's make this like a gated community, All right, we don't need a gate. Never mind. This comes with HOAs and shit. All right, well, I think I'm
Shit.
done.
I'm good. Y'all
All right.
good?
We talk nothing about technology, but fuck yeah, let's do this shit next time.
Hell yeah. Until next time.